Bosley just wanted to host his annual event, something he's been working on and building for nearly a decade. It wasn't just another date on the calendar. It was a tradition, a family-friendly space where people could come together, eat, laugh, shop from local vendors, enjoy live performances, and feel safe. No drama, no ego, no backroom politics, just genuine community love. The kind of thing that's rare these days, especially in towns where leadership seems more interested in headlines and hard work. But instead of supporting him, or at least staying out of the way, Tiffany decided to make it her mission to block the entire thing. Not because it was harmful, not because there were safety issues, but simply because it would shift the spotlight away from her for one day. That date conflict? Don't let her spin it. This was no random scheduling mix-up. Bosley had his event locked in months in advance. Vendors booked. Permits approved. Promotion already rolling. And then Tiffany swoops in out of nowhere, scheduling her own event on the exact same day, without a single call, without a heads-up, without even pretending to be collaborative. And when people called her out, she didn't apologize. She didn't take accountability. Instead, she had the audacity to say, he could just move it to my spot. Move it? Move months of planning, weeks of vendor commitments, permits that took time and money to secure, just to make her life easier? That's not leadership. That's lunacy. That's someone playing chess with Uno cards and thinking they're a mastermind. And it didn't stop there. She didn't just double book. She escalated. She sent barricades, not for safety, but to choke off the flow of Bosley's event. And these weren't her personal resources. These were city resources. Taxpayer-funded equipment, taxpayer-paid staff, being used to sabotage her own community's event. That's not just petty. That's an outright abuse of power. That's not a flex. It's a red flag. And here's the part Tiffany didn't expect. People are finally calling it what it is. Bullying. And the thing about bullies is, eventually, the crowd stops laughing at their jokes and starts keeping receipts. And this isn't new for her. This isn't her first bad day in office. This is a pattern. Remember that so-called charity march to Springfield? Fox 32 dug in and exposed the truth. It wasn't charity. It wasn't grassroots. It was a stage clout parade funded with public money, dressed up as community service. You don't rent buses, make matching shirts, and bring a camera crew with taxpayer dollars if your goal is truly service. That's not outreach. That's narcissism dressed as activism. It's the Tiffany brand. Make sure the cameras are rolling. Make sure your name is on the flyer. And make sure the people paying for it aren't you. And if I could tell Tiffany one thing, it would be this. Get it together. This isn't power. It's chaos. While real people are grinding to uplift the community, she's burning bridges and calling it leadership. Swinging hammers not to build, but to block. Closing doors not protect, but to control. And when she's confronted, she falls back on the same tired, hollow line. I care about the people. But she couldn't even say it with eye contact. She said it like someone reading a script for a role they didn't audition for. Empty words, empty heart, full bank account. And that's the kicker. She was already pulling in nearly $400,000 a year in salary and perks. $400,000. Yet somehow, that wasn't enough. Instead of serving the people who pay that salary, she turned the office into a personal cash machine. $100,000 to her boyfriend Leotes. Contracts for her inner circle. Deals for friends. Turning public service into a family business. And even then, she still managed to fumble it. That's the kind of greed where you're not even good at being corrupt. You're sloppy. And sloppy leaves trails. Now the village of Dalton stays quiet. No statements. No press conferences. Just crickets. Meanwhile, the park district president is the one speaking out, threatening lawsuits, not just against Tiffany personally, but against the entire village government for enabling her behavior. And they should, because Tiffany has crossed so many lines at this point. The map doesn't even show them anymore. It's like she's proud of stacking violations just to see how high the pile can go before it topples. And when she's asked about it, her defense is almost laughable. It's not me being sued, it's the village. Wow. Imagine running a ship straight into an iceberg and telling the crew, well, Technically, it's the boat that's sinking, not me. That's the level of delusion we're dealing with. But here's where it gets real. She might be hiding now, ducking interviews, avoiding cameras that aren't on her payroll, but the feds, they know exactly where she is. And they're not operating on Dalton time. They've got patience. They've got receipts, wire transfers, paper trails, testimony from people who were once in her corner, but are now watching the walls close in. And when they come, it won't be with warnings. It'll be with warrants. Quiet, cold, final. That's how this ends. So let her keep throwing her little events, cutting her ribbons, smiling for Instagram like nothing's wrong. Let her keep thinking she's untouchable because she's been in power long enough to forget that power isn't permanent. But when that knock comes, and it will, she won't see it coming. And the cameras won't be there to save her. They'll be there to record her fall. And that's the truth. Mama loves you. Stay woke. Stay sharp. Stay dangerous. Peace.